Good evening, gentlemen. I am Captain Simon McOwen, and I was transferred to lead the Navy SEALs from the Rangers. I do have SEAL qualifications. Welcome to your first briefing and first real mission. Your team leader isn't here yet, but he should be soon. His name is Sergeant Eric Parker. He's the grandson of the finest combatant I've ever seen. You can ask him about his father's legacy when he gets here. You guys are just fresh out of the toughest training in the world. You also received your qualifications and got your coveted Navy SEAL Trident. Welcome to the big league. You are the best of the best. People like you don't come around that often, so congratulations, SEALs. Also, SET is now officially a branch of the UN. You'll have access to all weaponry and assets of the UN, which is essentially the world. UN saw how good we are as a PMC and decided to make us a part of them. Alright, let's get to business. We've got reports on where Al-Kabdur and his father Al-Kabdur Sr. are. You should know who they are by now. Al-Kabdur Sr. is stepping down due to his age, and his son Al-Kabdur is now rising to power. Problem is, they're too chicken to stay in Iraq, and his son is too afraid to lead the country at the moment. We were unable to track them for a long time, and now we know where they are. We're on our way there now. They've been located by an NSA agent not too long ago. Sadly, he decided not to stay as a SEAL, one of the most elite combatants ever. The Al-Kabdurs are in Spain. You guys are tasked to eliminate them at all costs, but please do it discreetly. You're going to be going into a civilian zone. Make sure your shots are clean and don't leave any evidence of your existence. You're SEALs after all, so be it. Your tasks? Eric, you made it! Please join the rookies at the table. We know where Al-Kabdur is.
What is this? I can't lead SEAL Team 2 with these men. This is Naval Special Warfare Group 2 we're talking about.
Parker, you know your entire fire team was wiped out, and you need new recruits. You can't go in alone. And these aren't ordinary soldiers. Ordinary soldiers can't even get here.
Sure I can. I don't need new recruits.
Don't be silly. These are fine men, fresh out of the water. I was with you in Okrug. I know what happened.
No, you weren't with me in the facility. You didn't see Boomer's face or even Spectres and Gestures. I made a bad call.
I'm sorry too, but we don't have time for this. Join your men. That's an order.
I don't need your order.
Then you shouldn't have given up the lieutenant rank.
You know why.
Sit down.
Ah.
Let's resume, shall we? You will be deploying in an hour from now and inserted by boat. Parker, you can do the honor of driving them there. Once you reach shore, proceed east down the road. There's a small house complex there. Al-Kabdur should be inside. Make sure you keep it clean and quiet, and that no one sees you on the street. There will be some Spanish soldiers patrolling. Use their trucks as an advantage. No casualties. We can't risk an international incident. We're allies with Spain. Once you're done with your tasks, get up the lighthouse and signal the all clear. Eagle 1 will pick you up from the air. Returning to the boat is too risky. The lighthouse is closer. You'll be extracted to SS Truman several miles off the coast. Another team will get the boat back. Any questions?
Why don't the Spanish soldiers take care of this?
Because they can't afford to cause an incident with them. They don't have the manpower to handle Al-Kabdur's troops. Needless to say, they don't know the Al-Kabdurs are there.
So we are spying and creeping on our allies' soil? We have only just become a part of UN. I'll have to speak to Daniel about this, and I won't work with these men.
Eric, you have no other choice. You can't do this alone. Eric, you have no other choice. You can't do this alone. You don't want to end up like your grandfather, do you? And we're not spying, merely removing a thorn out of its leg without notice.
No, fine. I'll do it.
That's more like it. These are fine men, I can assure you. Norman Clark here passed all of his qualifications with A in each training. Doesn't get better than that. And his nickname is Superman. Eh? What more do you want?
Whatever.
And that guy there? Matthew Edwards. He's the corporal, making his way to sergeant. You better lead him, because he's going to be taking over your position.
That's enough!
You don't want to be promoted to lieutenant because of your grandfather. He held the rank. The burden of lieutenant is too much on you. I'm not asking you to promote to lieutenant, but at least you should lead these men and kill them tonight. Seek revenge for your grandfather so he does not die in vain. This is your only chance. You ship out in 45 minutes.
This isn't over.
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? Stock up and load up, gentlemen. Do it quickly. You don't have a lot of time left. Dismissed.
You didn't have to share my history.
Let the men get to know you and you know them. They are your brothers now. Go and lead your men, Parker.
Stock up. Alright, listen up. We're going to do my grandfather's bidding. Let's get those sons of bitches. This is our only chance. Cut off the head of the serpents. Also, just to remind you all, I won't let you guys go through naval ranks. You will stick to army ranks. My old squad is the best squad I got. Only they are true Navy SEALs and they deserve the naval ranks. If you want naval ranks, you have to earn it. It won't be that easy. You think you can get past the Navy SEALs training easily? Think again. Mine is not easy.
Roger that, sir. We don't mind. What's left of your grandfather and them?
Unfinished business. Clark, get up here. Get in the torpedo launch tube and wait for the hatch to close and the water to fill. Then get out and swim up here. You have done this before, haven't you? The storm is really pouring, isn't it? About time to be out here for you guys. Let's move. See the other side from here. I see the compound.
I know who you are. Listen up. I need you to use your scope to spot me. After that, get in the vehicle beside you.
Who is this? How did you get on this frequency?
Get me already, son? It's Colonel Bradley.
What, Bradley? Lieutenant Bradley?
We'll have time for a reunion later. We're close to the target. Make your way over here ASAP.
You know I can't stand you.
Feelings mutual. Make your way over here anyway. You want your revenge for your grandfather, don't you?
Yes.
Get in the vehicle and drive your own way over here. Unless you want to walk.
I'll get there.
We're meeting up with another team.
Don't tell me. Lieutenant Markinsov is here too?
Yes.
The one I can't tell who's good or bad.
We're on the same page then.
Is that so? Whoa, careful. Don't shoot at him. Don't look at him, just drive. Careful.
You made it. Let's wait for Lieutenant Marketsoff. They'll be providing support from the other side of the compound.
We'll enter the compound from here. Everyone else defend outside so they can't escape. Let's go. We're here. Let's do this. My men will provide sniping support.
Booyah!
You dare to take my father.
You know it. I'll have my revenge for my grandfather.
You've got nowhere to run.
He's already 80 years old, and you won't let him die in peace.
For the sins of our fathers.
And what if I told you there is a traitor among the boys? You can't kill me.
What?
Colonel Bradley is not as he looks.
What?
Yeah, I did it. I can't believe your grandfather won't let me take over set. And gave it to Hershey instead.
You gotta be kidding me.
You know what I could have done? I could have made it all better.
You're working for Al-Qabdir?
Enough nonsense, Bradley. You're ending now. I knew I couldn't trust you.
You can't kill me. Remember your promise to your grandfather?
Leave him out of this. You're not my uncle.
We all bled together, man. We've been trying to take out Al-Qabdir for half a century now, and our fathers couldn't do it. Now is our chance. And you tell me that you want to take over? You kept that in for so long? And you're working for them?
This is getting too wishy-washy. A bunch of old men loyalty that is worse than puppy law. What exactly happened 50 years ago?
Al was corrupted, conducted black market operations, and the U.S. decided to take him out in 1958. The Army sent in Jim, my dad, and Bradley's dad as squad mates, but failed to do so. Al kidnapped you, Eric, when you were 5 in 1986. Brought you back to Iraq. Jim and your dad hunted him down a second time and met him in a bazaar. Shootout, and Al eventually retreated, but left you there. Jim and your dad finally got you. Jim let it slide as Al went into hiding, but later on, he held a grudge. It was then him and your dad formed SET as a private military company. It was formed out of greed and revenge. Since my dad knew Jim, I joined SET. Same with Bradley. My dad never joined, though. Eventually, he retired from the Army. I thought I would erase the history of greed and revenge when I took over. Guess not.
It's complicated. After Al went in hiding, he was no longer head of Iraq. UN wanted to improve the relationship with him, so they became allies, thinking it would make it easier to draw Al. Set didn't want to. Set may be under UN now, but his diplomacy is still intact. I forged the document to be allies with him. UN knows.
You what? Why? Then why are we here?
Okay, this is getting weird. We need to execute Bradley now.
Bradley's right. You can't. You promised your grandfather not to take out any of your uncles.
Gross.
Matters aside, Set is still allies with Iraq. If you kill him, you cause an incident worldwide. We can't kill Al-Qabdir. You take him out, any allied countries will wage war with the UN. Not to mention Russia will take us out. That Lieutenant Marketsoff isn't so friendly, and Spain is allies with Russia. The world is tense right now, and the UN doesn't know about this mission.
I know he's the bad guy. That's why we're here. I don't care. Someone must die for the sins of our father. Al-Qabdir, your father is the cause of all this. He ends now.
No.
Stand down, Sergeant Parker.
I did it. I brought revenge for my grandfather.
Eric, you know I can still take over, right?
Take him out, quickly.
He left.
You guys okay? I heard gunshots. And Al-Qadir has escaped on foot. I can see him leaving the compound. He's making a run for it. We'll try to take him out from here. He's leaving. A car is picking him up. Damn it! Sorry, guys. I can't believe you shot him. No one leaves this room without keeping this whole thing a secret. His son is probably going to inform the UN. We have to be aware of his every move now, but don't take him out. Sam Fisher will track him down and advise.
What secret? You guys are a bunch of old men with strings attached.
Damn it. Markinsov missed him again. We need to do something about it. We'll track down Al next time. Let's get extracted for now. Don't tell the Russians. The Spetsnaz, however, know of this, and they're still working with us in secret. This is more complicated than it seems, okay? Clean up. HQ, we're ready to evac. Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Copy. See you home.